I really like his laid back kind of approach on this rap. It's like he's not very forward and punchy like RM usually is. He's got more of like kind of that laid back, chill type of feel. I like it. Hey guys, 𝐷𝐷 here, singer, songwriter, and vocal coach. Today I'm going to be reacting to BTS Magic Shop.
Run, run, lost boy, they say to me.
If you're interested in getting 10% off your favorite BTS swag, check out the link down below. Alright, let's jump right in. Nice. I really like V's soft-spoken vocals here. It fits really well with his very deep baritone voice. It suits him. Really, I like that. It's awesome. Oh yeah. And so then Jungkook's voice really shines in that higher falsetto. So V really takes the cake here on the lower part, but then Jungkook comes in with that super high falsetto, and that sounds beautiful in his voice. I really like the placement of RM's rap. It's kind of unexpected because we've just gotten into the first part of the song, and generally you throw in the rap around the second third of the song, whereas here they're kind of throwing it in right very close to the beginning, which took me by surprise, and I like that. I like that they're switching it up. It sounds really cool. It's awesome. And Jin's doing that in a full falsetto. It sounds really, really nice. That's kind of sitting on top, making sure that your vocal cords are totally relaxed as you're doing it. So if you're trying to get that right, you really want to get that nice release on those upper notes. Ooh. I really like that high note. That was awesome. So there you used a little bit more of a nasality on shop. So it didn't shop. It wasn't like that. It was like shop. It was more with a nasal kind of approach to it that helps really cut through the mix. And you could hear how his voice really cuts there. I'm really liking the instrumentation. Kind of got that EDM feel to it. I really like that. Nice. So I really like that they did this call and response. That's very cool. I've heard in any of their songs before. I also like here how they did a bit of a melody change in the middle of it. So instead of going, so instead of, so show me, I'll show you, so show me, I'll show you, right? That could be just like the basic, but they changed it up so that, so show me, I'll show you, right? So by kind of creating a little bit of a melody change, it added interest to that part so it didn't get boring. Alright, so thank you guys for all the comments. Now I'm going to pronounce his name properly. Suga is doing a really, I hope I pronounced that properly. But he's doing a great job here, throwing in a little bit more of the rap. It's kind of got like that beginning with singing, then rap, singing, rap, and then probably just singing till the end. So I like that they're creating this switch up and really including the rap within the song. I really like his laid back kind of approach on this rap. It's like he's not very forward and punchy like RM usually is. He's got more of like kind of that laid back, chill type of feel. I like it. Nice. And so I like how Jin now is bringing it from that falsetto tone to more of a full voice sound. And his full voice sounds really good there. He has a really nice cut to his voice. Right? So, yeah, could go more towards his mouth like that. He goes, yeah, a lot more cut on it. Nice. So in order to be able to get that sort of sound in your voice, you really have to focus on what I like to call the little kid voice. It's kind of like the no, I don't want to type of voice. That's what gives the voice cut and brightness. This is something that I really go over in a lot of detail and with a lot more explanation in one of my courses. You can go check out my course online. You can find the card right here and check that out. But it's 30 days to a better voice, where I go through step by step exactly how to improve your voice over 30 days. It's an awesome, awesome course. So yeah, that's one aspect that I teach about. And if you want to learn that and many more, go check it out. Wow, I'm so surprised because usually Jungkook is like the standout singer of these songs. Like he usually has the main part. But here they're really throwing it to Jin. Like Jin is taking most of the main high parts of this song and he's killing it. Like he's not having trouble singing it. Nice. Okay, so I would have liked to hear a slightly different approach to that kind of call response aspect of the song. And I can imagine, like just knowing BTS fans, I can imagine what their concerts look like at that part when, like, if they just totally broke it down and had the audience do the response and they call, like, it would be incredible, the amount of like intensity you would probably get in that moment. And I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments if that kind of happens at their concerts. I'm sure it does. But there I would have liked to see a little bit more of a variation on the melody than we had in the first time, because it's just kind of a copy and paste of the first one. But still sounds really good. V's back. Okay, so V right there, I think he could have found a little bit more. Remember what I was saying about Jin's voice, how he's got a lot of that cut in his voice? If you listen to the way that V's singing just this part, not in general, okay? I want to be very specific so that people don't jump on me. But if you listen to V's part right here, you're going to hear a kind of a different approach that he has that is favoring the mouth a little bit too much. It's more like out of the mouth type of approach. Could have a little bit more towards the nasality. Kind of like Jin's approach. Would benefit him to just find a little bit more of that brighter pocket. Just on this phrase. Yeah, and the nama! It's got a little bit too much of the mouth heavy sound. Nama! Could have just a little bit more of that cut, which would help, number one, for it to carry through the mix, number two, to release so that it's not as pushed. Wouldn't be as pushed if he tried to do that. My 2 cents. And you hear Jimin's got that naturally in his voice. It's there in his voice. He doesn't have to work hard. I'm very surprised Jimin hasn't really shown up in this song up until now, but he's got a lot of that cut in his voice naturally. Right? That part is where you find that you gotta have that in the sound. Ooh, I like this EDM part. Now I love this chorus effect right here. I'm sure we could really get this going in a concert, you know, getting the whole audience to jump in with them. Nice. Okay, yeah, so I'm really liking this part again, the call and response. It's the 3rd time it's showing up. Awesome. Man, I think that's my favorite song from them so far. Now let's check out the live version. Nice. I really like how he kept it very similar to the way it was in the recording. Didn't change it up much, and it keeps that very chilled vibe that he has, that breathy vibe he gets in the original. Nice. I really like Jungkook's falsetto. He has just beautiful, effortless switch into his falsetto where even live, it's not much effort on his part. I really love his in-ear buds. He's got his name RM on the earbud. That's very cool. And I love this silver. Silver set looks awesome. Oh, nice. Okay, so it was actually Jimin singing. I don't know if in the original that was also Jimin singing it the first time, but that was Jimin singing it there, and he nailed it on that high note. It's got to be like an A sharp, B maybe an A, somewhere around there. It's definitely in the high mix. Okay, so there's a good example. When I was talking about the studio version, how V kind of could have brought it out of his mouth and more into his nasality. The same thing could happen with Jimin there. So if you listen here. There's a little bit of a pull, just a little bit. So it could have found more of a sharp. It has just a little bit more of that nasal, kind of bratty kid type of punch to it. Oh yeah, see, I told you. I knew the audience would be in on that without even them having to tell them. Alright, so now he actually has a little bit more of an intensity in the sound as he's doing it. It's not quite as laid back as it was before in the studio version. Nice falsetto, V. That's the way falsetto should sound. That's awesome. Nice. Jin actually used one of the techniques there that I use with a lot of my students. Bending over at the waist as you go for a high note can really help to engage your support system as you do it. So when you're leaning forward, you're kind of naturally engaging your lower abs. And so when that natural engagement is going to help with making sure that that high note doesn't end up on your throat. Yeah, that's awesome, Jin. Awesome. That's awesome. It's incredible. Like, these audiences are beyond. Yeah, so right there, V could use just a little bit more of what I'm talking about. A little bit more of that nasality that would help it not quite be as strained. Like, you could see he was straining just a little bit on that high note. Yeah, Jimin's got it. Yeah, and if you didn't have it, it would be too much out of the mouth. The fact that he has that brassy quality allows it to come out very strongly. And now their voices are really coming together beautifully, and Jungkook, I'm sure, is gonna kill it with these runs. Listen to them, my God. With the crowd being that loud, you almost don't even need to sing, like they're doing it all for them. So if you like this video, please check out this one because I'm sure you're going to love it as well.